Hello YouTube friends, it's Dale from Whatever the Weather May Be. Today I'm going to do a little tutorial video for Zhanna. Zhanna's a little 9-year-old girl. She is our step-granddaughter, and I made her a junk journal a while back, and when we were visiting this past week, she told me that she really likes the little tiny books that are in her junk journal, and she wanted to know how to make one. So we didn't get around to doing it while I was there. So I thought I'd make a little video to show Zhanna and anybody else who wants to show their 9-year-old or 10-year-old how to do this. I thought I would make a little video for her to show her how to do it. So Zhanna had a bunch of colored sticky notes, stick-it notes, you know, these kind of things. I don't have any plain ones. I just have this one with this Christmas cardinal on. So I'll use this and show you an easy way to do it using sticky note things. So Zhanna, you go and get your sticky notes, find which color you want. These are going to be the inside pages of your book. And you're going to want to take, I don't know, about 8 or 9, however many pages you want, and pull that right off your sticky note thing. So you still have the sticky part here, and your book is sort of already started, really. Because it's all attached here. So you're going to keep that part like that. Now, these are going to be your pages, but you want to have a cover for your book. So this little book that I did here out of sticky notes, see, I have the yellow pages. I just used a piece of construction paper for the cover, and you can get construction paper at the dollar store, anywhere, and it comes in all different colors. Or you can use cardstock, but construction paper is much cheaper. So so we're going to start with this. You take off how many pieces of paper you want, and you're going to look for something to make your cover with. Now you can use anything. You can use a page out of a magazine if you want. You know, you find a pretty picture from a magazine, and you could use that. You could use paper if you wanted to make a little cover, a book with a cover like this. You could use paper from a music book, which you could find at a thrift store. You can buy old music books and then just rip the papers out. That's what I've done. You could use that. You could use a colored envelope. If somebody sent you or your mom a card with a color, save these. These make lots of good things that you can make out of a colored envelope. You can use that. You can use anything. You can use a printed paper, like a cardstock or pretty paper. You could use wrapping paper, whatever you want to do. So we're going to make a book out of this little thing, and I think we'll use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure, because you need this at the front and the back of your book, because the cover is two-way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this, and I'll cut this, and now we're going to just glue this in. So we've made this a line down here. So take your glue stick, and if you're using paper, the glue stick will be fine. You're just going to take and you're going to run your glue stick along the fold where you fold it, and you're going to put your little piece inside on the fold. Bring the fold down and rub it. I hope you can see me. You rub it so that it sticks on there. But see, this is too big. So what we have to do now is trim this down. So what you do is you open it up. Hold the part that you just stuck down. And open it up. Take your scissors. And just trim it. Can't get my... Trim that. And then trim that. Now you want to trim this part too. So I just kind of eyeball it. Trim that. And trim that. And there, you've got your cover. Now, this is making a pretty big book. You could leave it this size if you want to have this size. You know, we've got lots of room to write on your paper. Or if you want to make it smaller, you can make it smaller. All you do is you just cut it down. So I'm going to cut this down. But unfortunately, I'm going to lose my bird, but whatever. So I'm going to cut it down to about like this. And of course I didn't cut straight. And maybe to about there. There. That's the size I want my book. It's nice and small. I can tuck it into a pocket in my journal or wherever I want. So now your book has a cover and it has pages that you can write on. But you want to make it fancy. You want to have a fancy trim on the spine part of the book. You know, you can put a piece of ribbon or braid, like I gave you all that braid, Zhanna, and all that trim. This is where you're going to use that. So find something in your little stash that you want to use. Now, I think this would be really cute because it's got a red cardinal inside. I think I'll use this. So when you're going to be gluing ribbon or braid, you should use white glue. It just grips onto the ribbon much better. So that's what I'm going to do. Of course, I didn't close it properly, so you put a little bit of white glue along the edge, and then you put your ribbon on there, and I'm going to cut it because I need this half for the back. And you don't have to have it on the back if you don't want. It doesn't matter. Really, you're just going to see whoever looks at the back of a book, really. But you can put it on the front and the back, or you can just put it on the front like this. So you can still decorate this some more if you want to. You can put I don't have a whole lot of... You could put a flower on here if you want it, or you could put another piece of paper. You could take a little piece of paper and make a little name plate where you could put your name on there if you wanted to. But I think for me, I'm just going to leave this book just the way it is for right now. Now I want to show you how to make a book out of just regular paper. So here's your little music book. Now if you don't have those little these sticky note things, you can just use a regular piece of paper. I save all my paper from the printing, if I print something and there's part of the paper that didn't have any printing on it, I cut that off and I save it. So that's all this is. It's just a piece of printer paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. And then I'm going to fold it this way. And that is a perfect book size. So this part here will be the spine, but this has a fold, so we have to cut that so that it opens up. So we'll cut a little bit off of the bottom, and we'll cut a little off the side and a little off the top. You might need help from an adult to cut that, but see, now you've got pages, lots of pages. But they're not attached, they're not stuck together like your sticky pad. So eventually you're going to have to put a little staple right here. But before we do that, we have to put a cover on this book. So again, you can make a cover out of whatever you want to make a cover out of. I think I will use a little bit of this pretty paper for my cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a strip of paper because I need it for the front and the back. And I'm going to turn it like this. And I'm going to fold it so that I know how much I need. I'm going to have that much too much, so I'll cut that off. Now, turn it the other way. So that's a little bit too big, but before we cut that down, we are going to put that inside, tap it down, and we're going to put a staple right in the middle here. Then that's going to hold it together. Just like that. So now you have your little book. But you see, this is a little bit too big, so we're going to trim this down. I don't know if you can see this. White on white's kind of hard. So we're just going to trim this so that it's exactly the right size. And this is pretty good. I'm just going to clean that up. Whoops. And that one's pretty good too. So there, we have a cover and we have our pages, but we also have this staple showing. Now we don't want that, so we're going to put something over the staple because we don't want to see a staple. So what are we going to put over the staple? We can put a piece of ribbon. You don't really see it though, there's not much contrast, so I would like to put something with a bit of contrast. There's something with a bit of contrast, but that's a little bit too thick for what I need. Let's see what else we got in here. Got a lot, but no, don't like that. Oh, that's better. Look at that. That looks nice. That's what I'm going to use, and I'm only going to glue it on the front. No, I'll have to glue it on the back too because we want to cover that staple, so I don't know if I have enough. Probably not. So we can't use it. We don't have enough. Well, this is fine. I got this one. So let's glue this one on, front and back, because we want to cover up that staple. And again, use white glue if you're using ribbon or braid. A glue stick isn't going to work too well. So we're going to have that. And you have to let the white glue dry. It's not instant. You have to give it some time. It dries pretty fast, but still you have to. Once you get the glue on, then you just have to leave it for a little bit. And we'll put that one on. And give it a trim. And oops, that one came off. See, it's not, it wants to come off because it needs to dry. So now we're going to trim the other side. There, we're going to trim this side, and then we're going to let this dry because it's still wet and it's going to come off on our fingers. So we're going to put this aside, but we can still decorate this some more. Now, if you've got stickers, you could put a sticker on there. I have some stickers here that I got from, and was in a book. Here's, oh, there's a pretty, you might be too big. Yep, that's too big. Let's see what else we can do here. There's some smaller ones. Here we go. Here's a butterfly. You can put that on there like that. Isn't that cute? We have a little book made out of leftover printer paper, and you can write in that, stick it, tuck it in your journal anywhere where you want to. So that's how you make little books. Got lots of little books here now. So Zhanna, when you want to make these books, you watch this video and work along with me on here, and you'll be able to make little books for your journal. You can even give them away to your friends if you want. Next, I'm going to do a little video on how to make a real simple journal, and I think this is more geared to children. It's obviously it's not going to be anything elaborate, but I think that we should encourage children who show an interest in being creative with their hands and doing things. We should encourage them to try to make these things. There's no rule saying that this has to be just for adults to do. Kids can do this too. It's just paper and glue and a little bit of ribbon and stickers and things like that. So that's the little tutorial on the books. And Zhanna, I'll send you these books. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.